Hi, Soul Savants, Mon here. Welcome to the channel. I hope you're all doing really well out there. We are all connected by the heart, of course, we know that. And we are soul buddies for sure if you're watching this, because this channel is a little deeper than my other channel and is regarding enlightenment. So just a short video today. I really want to talk about stories. I want to talk about being in the world, but not of it. Now, we tell stories all day, every day in our minds. We're telling ourselves stories all the time when the outside is mirroring back to us something that we need to reflect on within. Okay. So we also listen to a lot of stories. Everything is a story. And when we leave this planet, dimension, it will be very different. And a lot of those stories, most of those stories, all those stories will just not matter anymore because we will join consciousness. So there is a person on this planet that is, I think everybody in the whole world must know this person's name. This person tends to reflect out into the world energy that others find very uncomfortable. And this person is actually a leader, and this person is actually making a lot of waves on this planet in this time and age of evolution of humanity and the collective. Now, I want to tell you a little story and a revelation that I had over 20 odd years ago now. It was when I was studying ministry training in Pentecostal movement. I needed to go back and do that because that's something that I needed to remember from past incarnations. I shouldn't say past, from other dimensions, okay, because everything is in the now moment. Even though our minds, our human minds, find it very hard to grasp that concept. There is no linear time. We have created linear time. So I want to take us to a story that the world knows, and it's regarding Yehoshua and the prophecy of Yehoshua and Christ consciousness. Now, we know from the story that Yehoshua was betrayed by one of his best mates. Mates is an Aussie word, I'll use that. Someone had to do that job. Now, this mate of him, Judas, betrayed Yehoshua for a bag of gold and then hung himself from a tree. Now, many people that would look at the story and read the story would think, bad Judas, bad Judas. I've even heard when I was a young child, adults calling other adults Judases, which I found quite amusing as a child. I don't know why. But somebody had to do that job. Someone had to do it. Some soul had to put their hand up and say, I will betray Yehoshua to bring the prophecy to light. So a lot of people have looked at that story and thought, bad Judas. However, Judas energetically, in my understanding and revelation, was just as brighter light as Yehoshua. Because to do that job, to betray Yehoshua, wouldn't have been easy as a human being to do. However, as a soul, an evolved soul with as much light as Yehoshua, A soul had to betray Yehoshua so the prophecy could come to light. So it isn't bad Judas. It's hail Judas, because you put your hand up and did something that would look terrible in the eyes of humanity for the Christ consciousness to be released, for the ascension to be released, for us now to ascend in the here and now. So think about that. That's just a story. I'm not saying it's I'm not telling you you've got to believe this. This is how I get about being in the world but not of it today. So if we take that previous person that I was talking about, who is in leadership and causing a lot of waves on the planet, we take that person, my understanding and reasoning for not caring what's going on out there. I'm not geopolitical astrologer, as you know. I mentioned that word astrology. I said I wouldn't do that on this channel, but I have. I don't get into all of the politics. I can be in this world and not of it, because I understand that someone had to do the job. If that cartoon character, Donald Duck, didn't come into leadership and cause the waves that are being caused on this planet now for evolution of humanity, we would still be doing the same. We would still have cover-ups. We would still have two-party political systems. Now, all of that is falling down. Someone had to step it up. I'm not saying that this person you need to love, because they're very unlovable. They've terrible manners, terrible morals, but someone had to do that job because nothing was changing. We had other people that had very good morals and high standards that came through the system in the 60s, and unfortunately, they expired by the hands of another person. It wasn't time. But now it is time. And this person, whether they're aware of it or not, I'm pretty sure they're not aware of it. Maybe they are. Maybe, the joke's on everybody else. But I believe this person is meant to be in power at the moment for the new prophecies to come about, for these systems to break down, for change to happen on this planet, to bring peace, serenity, and love back to the collective, the one, the brothers and sisters of humanity. So that's my little story. You are quite welcome to adopt that little story, because understanding and having that revelation makes it very easy for me not to be triggered or become reactionary, or to have a to have a say or argue or talk about or take sides. I just don't do that. I don't need to do it, because I can see what is happening on the higher consciousness awareness, all right? Not 3D, 7D. 7D. As you know yourself, you chose to be here now to make a difference and to help and to be a part of the big jigsaw puzzle. Now, if you can look out at that political leader, whether you want to forgive him or not, that's up to you. However, be aware that nothing would have changed unless that character, Donald Duck, came into power and leadership. There's no judgment. We aren't to take sides. That's the duality that humanity has been operating in. It's not oneness. It's not the law of one. So think about that. Think about that revelation. Someone had to do it. Someone had to do it 2,000 years ago in the age of Pisces. And now we're coming into the age of Aquarius. And this person's leadership has caused that much duality. And this person is involved in very dark, shadowy energies that have already been on the planet before this person was even born, right? Someone had to do the job. And that person's doing a great job at chaos, at creating chaos, because it's within chaos that change happens. So I'm really happy to bring this video to you today. It's a big week on planet and in the universe, our solar system. So please pop a comment in the comment box if you can understand what I'm saying, or you think it's okay, yeah, I can take that on board. Someone had to do the job. We do not get change unless change happens. And that person isn't yet awakened, obviously, but as a soul, being born on an eclipse, all power to them. But my advice is don't get involved. Watch it, observe it. Don't allow it to affect you emotionally, because you must see how it affects others emotionally that are not awakened yet. Everybody's got an opinion. And that's my opinion about this person who is a political leader and causing many waves on the planet, which we need at the moment for the structures to dismantle. I love you, beautiful soul savants. Be in the world, not of it. Observe what's going on. If what is happening outside of yourself mirrors back to you a reaction, then that's for you. It's a gift for your personal growth and your ascension in these times. So namaste. I love you. And I'll be back soon. Bye. Shalom.